This man has already got his foot in the door. He owns the Hyatt Summerfield Suite in Houston, Residence Inn by Marriott in Houston, Courtyard by Marriott in Houston. He is already our neighbor, is he not? Yeah. We want to do more. He's come to be my friend tonight. He knows that I'm in a race, and it's good that you have a friend that you can call. Like Dionne Warwick said, what are friends for? Yeah. Meet my friend, Bob Johnson. Yeah.
We heard the part about owning a hotel.
Yeah. I heard him. I didn't know. Yes, he was. He said, whoa.
Well, the one they really tell your father to take you to the one is probably about an hour flight from here to Cancun, Mexico.
All right.
Beautiful property. We'll do that. Great family place. But Mark and Nicole, thank you for inviting me to come to your home, and thank all of you for coming out. Not for me, contrary to what the Congresswoman said, to Sheila. We're here for Sheila. And I've always lived by a philosophy is that you make your friends before you need them. And so I came to be Sheila's friend a long time ago. And as I started taking on business opportunities, I realized, as all of us realize it here, when you're in a free market capitalist economy, there's an economic side and there's a political side. Right. And if you're an African American businessman or a woman, you better have your political side together. Right. So Sheila is my political side. Right. Whenever we have an issue that requires somebody to knock heads with the powers that be, whether it's in the bureaucracy, at the federal government level, the regulatory agencies, at the federal level, state level, whatever it is, Sheila has been a leader for African American businessmen and women par excellence. That's right. And I can count the number of times I've talked to Sheila about her support being critical to a deal we got. We were able to be one of the only minority firms involved in the federal government private partnership program to buy mortgage securities from the bank. We went out with a partnership called Western Assets. We were 51 of that partnership, and we went out and raising $1 billion. The government puts up $1 billion and another $1 billion of leverage. There would have been no minorities in that deal at all. As you know, when they start talking billions, they don't talk to us. Right. With the millions, they don't talk to us. But Sheila was in the forefront. And when I called Sheila, she said, you want me to call Geithner? I'm going to be in his office tomorrow. I'll talk to him. And she was, and she did. All right. And we were successful in getting that program. We're now involved with the Treasury Department again on homeowner modification. Again, Sheila's a go-to person on that because right now a lot of homes are not being modified and people are suffering in their homes. Right. Some of the big mortgage servicers of the big banks are not doing it right. And we think because of our close touch with the community, our ability to be understanding and sympathetic to the needs of many of these families who are losing their homes. Many of them are working class African American families, single family headed households. All of them need an understanding. People work to stay in their home. Right. What you got to do is give them an opportunity. And that's what we're trying to do, again, with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee's help. She doesn't know it, but I'm going to call her soon about our financing with OPIC. We financed our hotel in OPIC. OPIC is the Overseas Private Investment Corporation that invests money by U.S. companies in foreign countries. They provide the debt, and you bring up the equity. And we're going to be talking to them. And I know, Sheila, that's part of one of your subcommittees. And that's the kind of relationship we have. And I'll tell you why, because I'm in her phone number, she's in my phone number. Right. And so whenever I need her help, it's not a matter, she's got a great staff team, and no, not taking anything away from her. But we have a one-on-one communication. I'm sure she has that same relationship with many of you here who've been long-term supporters of her. Right. And that's why I'm delighted to be down here with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, not only because of our relationship, but she's right. Houston is a vastly growing market and a great opportunity. Yeah. And that's why we have those 3 properties here. We're out looking to buy more hotels. And I can assure you, we will be talking to people in this room who want to get in deals. One of the things I've done throughout my career, if you would go back and look at all of those businesses on that video, almost all of my businesses involve partners, strategic partners. In the basketball team, it's Michael Jordan. And in the car business, our good friend Mac McClary.
Yes.
We own 27 automobile dealerships around the country, and Bill Clinton's former chief of staff, Mac McClary, is my partner in that business. And in the hotel business, we're partners with OPIC in our private equity fund. We're partners with the Carlyle Group, the largest private equity fund in the country. So I believe in working with partners. I believe in bringing people together for opportunity. One of the biggest, things I've often felt is that as African Americans, we don't partner. We'll look around and we'll read about this person, that company merging a partner and doing business together because they see the commonality of interest and the commonality of opportunity by bringing different assets to the table. And unfortunately, we haven't done that. I mean, if you really think about it, I should have bought Radio 1 and part of that. I would just say that Kathy and I've known Kathy for a long time, but Kathy is just plain wrong.
Yeah, she's wrong. Yeah.
I mean, that legislation is not designed to put the radio stations out of business.
Right.
And there's no reason, I told her there's no reason for her to burn her bridges with members of the Congressional Black Caucus who were almost paramount in the existence of black-owned media.
Right.
And I know I started BET in Washington, not LA, for a specific reason. I needed more political support than the entertainment support.
Right.
And so I recognize that. So when you see what Kathy's doing, just understand she's off base on this one, and certainly for this Congresswoman here. The other thing is that Sheila and I had a commitment early on to, I think, one of the most influential political leaders in this country today is Senator Clinton, and now Secretary of State. And got out front like we should have done in a primary, fought real hard in a primary to get our candidate across the line. When the battle was over and the dust cleared, we stood firmly with the Democratic Party. Sheila has been in the forefront of every initiative to support President Obama's agenda that he's asked her to do. And, you know, I've been involved. As soon as the campaign was over, Tracy would tell you, we raised $300,000 for President Obama. And that's the kind of commitment we have to party, but we also have a commitment to principle. And that's why I think when I look at a sign and I say re-elect, it means that she's been there before. She's done it. You don't want to lose this position, this power base, this knowledge of how to get things done. Whether it's on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Judiciary Committee, Homeland Security, this is an asset. I mean, we're all business people here. Absolutely. When you have an asset, you want to make sure you protect it. And the best way to protect this is send this woman back to the United States Congress. That's right. Congressional district for a very long time. And I'm honored to be here as a friend. I'm honored to be here as a long-term political supporter. I'll be an advisor when she wants me to, and she's an advisor to me when I need her. And that's the kind of relationship we have, and that's the kind of relationship I think this whole community has with the Congresswoman. And to me, I'm here tonight, and I'll be here another night. I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here whenever she calls me to come down here to support her, because we need her, not just business people, but the entire country. People need a principled leader who will stand up and fight for the African American community. And so I'm here because of her leadership and because of her commitment to do things, to make things happen, to better this country, to better this nation, indeed better the world. I mean, you'll see, you're right, Mark, you'll see Sheila popping up in some foreign country and every place, you know, taking on real tough issues, whether it's in the Sudan, whether it's in Afghanistan, wherever it is, she's there, or Liberia. And people want to see her there. She's recognized as a leader in Congress by a number of organizations. U.S. News World Report recognized one of the top leaders in Congress. Congressional Quarterly, same thing. So you guys got a gem here.
Absolutely.
And I would advise you to make sure on election day you keep her. And one of the best ways to keep her is give her enough money so she won't lose.